Sweet merciful Lord, here we are. So this is Massive Effect. This is us, massiveeffectmarketing.com. We take your website from this and make it like this. Come on down, check us out. Today we found a real goodie, a golden oldie from back in the dizzle. So this is whoownsmyhouse.com. And for those of you who are old like me, will recognize this as the original WordPress theme. I'm actually going to save this to my files. There we go. WordPress came out in 2003, and this was the default design when you got your WordPress blog. All right, it had this delightful blue background, and then the name of your blog would go up here, and you get all your pages and you have your content here. Back in the day, websites were very narrow like this. This was common, like 800 pixels. So this is how they used to look. All right, and that was almost 20 years ago. Okay, 18 years ago. So we're on this website now. Okay, enough about that. We're on a website, whoownsmyhouse.com. For whatever reason, it still has this design from 2003. But moreover, let's look at the business end of things. All right. Out of curiosity, let's check out the load speed. Speed is everything these days for your website. If you have a slow website, Google will actually penalize you not because it's slow, but because of what that equates to. It equates to people leaving. So if your website is slow enough to have people leave and they don't want to wait, they're going to bounce, and Google notices that. So this website is super duper fast. Not surprising. This is when WordPress was a lot lighter. Anyway, so speed is good. Can't complain. Probably the fastest loading website online, right? So speed is good. But let's talk about the presentation of data. So this website, this company is selling a service. The service is a title search. All right, you're going to give them a property, and they're going to see who owns it, and they're going to do some deep digging and see what all the records are, all the public records, so that one can know with certainty who owns this property. All right, so it's called a title search. And let's just keep that in mind as we land on here and see, okay, well, is this web page doing a good job selling me on that? And I say it is not. It is failing miserably. It is horrible. Now, the name is great, Who Owns My House? They should put a question mark though. So this is good though. But first of all, they need to put Who Owns Your House here. That's fine, right? I like that they're being to the point, but this could be built on a little further. The real problem with this layout is it is overwhelming, and it's a big sea of text. All right. So people these days, they scan read. So you have to like feed them as if they were a baby, like spoon feed people the sections of a website. When you come on over to our website, you'll see we really spoon feed things. This whole section here like has 50 words, but it takes up a whole section. Whereas here they're just jamming everything into here, right? You got to make everything bite-sized. So on this whole section here, this is like the whole pitch of why somebody needs this service. Like this is so important, all this text in here, but it's for nothing because no one's going to read it. Guess what? People are going to look at that. They're going to notice the button. They're going to look at the house. They'll look at the title here, the heading, and keep scrolling and look at the ad, and they'll hit the bottom. So it's a really poor user experience. You got to spread out the text. The concepts in this text is crucial. All right, they're saying, how do I find out records from the government? Where should I search for the records of my house? How do I find who owns my house? Right? And then it obviously has more back up here if you're not sure of the ownership. So this all needs to be broken down into bite-sized pieces. All All right, now they're giving the solution. So this whole paragraph was the problem, and now they're going to give the solution here, right, for the service, to do a title search for the business. So the issue is all of the text in these sections is great and it's crucial. It just needs to be displayed section by section like we have it over here. So right over here we've got, this is our problem section, right? We have a really big heading and then very short sentences, right? So they would do well to do something like that. One big heading, lose this image, and then a few short sentences. And then over here in the solution section, again, same format. So back in the day, websites weren't designed that way. And, it was a little bit different almost 20 years ago. There was a lot less websites and they didn't have to be as optimized anymore because there was less competition. So you could, if you even had this website, you were ahead of the game because that's how few websites there were online. So just having a garbage website like this, you were already dominating basically. But fast forward 18 years, you got to have more than something like this. You have to have it really handcrafted, very intentional, each piece separate like that. So as we scroll down, our call to action it's great that they're repeating the call to action. That's what they're supposed to do. But, it's just a text link. It's not a nice button. It's not a button. Bright button. It's not a bright button with a nice contrast in color. It's just some text that's enlarged. So they're missing out on that as well. Also, there's just not enough headings in this text. We can go on and on, but I think you get my point on the whole point of the text here. They basically need to take all this text and translate it into 10 different sections probably. There's enough separate things in here to have 10 different sections. Or they have different benefits, right? Pricing, and so on. One good thing about this website is it has tons of content, all right? So let's see what it's all about. Not too bad, almost 300 words or so. Pretty decent. Who lives near me? Wow, I don't know. You? Interesting. Let's come back here. So, back at the home page. So what are some sections that are missing? All right, so we got the problem, we got the solution. One thing that they're missing is kind of segmenting out the audience. So when someone lands on here, they could be from many different backgrounds, right? You want to tailor it for each one. For instance, someone who wants to search this, they either have a home already or they don't have one yet. So someone who's looking to buy a home is going to be wanting to do this, and also someone who already has one and they want to know who owns it already. So that's an important thing to do, is to have a section for your various audiences that land on the website. I don't have an example of that over here, but I think we do over at yeah, so we got commercial property manager, residential, homeowner. You're going to talk to each one of these a little bit different, right? So it's the same thing with a person searching for a title search service as it is over here with gutter cleaning. Different message for each one. They all have a slightly different problem, or they may have the exact same problem. It's just worded in a different way, or there's different nuances to it. So that's again another section that this website doesn't have that could really benefit from it. All right. Other things it should have, they would really benefit from having some numbers, some hard numbers of how long they've been in business, how many title searches they've done, how many different properties, how many for residential, how many for commercial, right? How many hours they've saved people. That would be huge. Like they could have a section like how we do it up here. See this? 1, 2, 3. So they could put something like, we save you on average 20 hours. If you tried to do this by yourself, we're going to save you 20 hours. So they would put here in bold 20 hours, right? If you did this by yourself, it would take you 20 hours. Or over here, been in business since, 1999, right? Or over here, performed 100,000 title searches. So you just got to take out the good bits and display it in that manner. So that's something they could really benefit from over here. There's tons and tons of other sections. There's testimonials. That's as basic as it gets, and then we don't even have that. But at the end of the day, your guiding light is to be having sections that build trust, that show that you're the real deal, that show the frustration that they're going through, and then show how you can handle that frustration and all the benefits of going with you. That's kind of how you can boil it down to what you need to display on the website, and section by section. And that's really going to help you convert those into sales. Because someone lands on this, okay, are they going to convert into a sale or a lead or not? Well, the better experience you can give them, the more thorough experience you can give them, the more enlightened they're going to be. Because most often people land on the homepage and leave on the homepage. So they're not going to go click into your About Us to learn all about you. That's why you've got to put a little bit of About Us on the homepage. That's why you've got to put a little bit of portfolio on the homepage, right? That's why you've got to put a little bit of testimonial on the homepage. All of these could be internal pages, right? I have the About page here. I have the testimonials page here. I've got the team, but I've also got the team here and everything else here. So you kind of want to make your homepage a mini site of your whole site, in other words. You got to make it so if this was the only page they ever landed on, that you gave them the full treatment. So that's the philosophy now. Back then, that wasn't quite the philosophy as we scroll through here. It's just kind of like, let's just throw it on up. Throw in an image, float it to the right, paste in some text, and Bob's your Uncle Mike. Anywho, if you have a website and you're just not sure what's good or what's bad, like maybe you thought this was fine. Maybe you landed on here and you thought, hey, what's the problem? Looks good to me. Well, I beg to differ. So if you have a website and you're not sure what's good or bad, come on down, put it in the comments. Put it in the comments or slide into our DM over here. Get a proposal. Come on over and you can click that and send us a message. I'd love to take a look at your website. We'll show you what's good, what's bad, because you need to know what you need to get rid of and then what you need to strengthen and do more of, right? Otherwise, it's just guessing. So I can help you remove the guesswork. So just come on down to massiveeffectmarketing.com, put your website in the comments, and we'll take a peek and we'll do a little video. All right, so until then, thank you very much and take care.